Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Zard here, and today we are reacting to the Vaush response video on him watching the horse lolly hentai, and getting caught for that, and then all the crazy clips that came out of him saying some crazy stuff about CP. And I'm just gonna say it right now, for any idiots, dumb Vaush fans that come to my comments of this video and say that I didn't watch the whole video, I didn't get the whole context. This is all being streamed to Twitch right now, and my Twitch is linked in the description, and you can go watch me watch the entire thing. This is going to be the cut-up version for the YouTube video, so I can get to the fucking point. And if you think that this video is going to change my views on Vaush, I really hate to break it to you, but you're sorely mistaken. Maybe some of the clips are out of context, sure. Maybe some of them are. That still doesn't change the fact that he talks about CP a lot. He's been called out for being a pedo multiple times. And he had lolly hentai on his computer. He had hentai of children saved on his computer. There's no context that saves you from the fact that there is hentai of children on your PC. There's no rebuttal for that. There's no rebuttal. So I don't care if some of the clips are out of context. He's still a predator, and he should still be never allowed to be around children, no matter what. But here we go. Let's watch this whole response video. As you can see, I already kind of skimmed through it, but this is going to be my first time actually watching it all the way through.
So this is a video I probably should have made a long time ago. There are two main reasons why I haven't. For one, everything we're about to talk about has been discussed over and over and over again on this channel, in live streams and in videos. Some of it has been discussed to death. Over engagement with the topic has caused it to have a disproportionate influence both on my community and on the way people outside of my community perceive me and my channel.
I perceive you as a pedo because you watch lolly hentai, dude. I think it's as simple as that. I think it's as simple as that. I perceive you as a pedo because I seen that you watch lolly hentai. What's so wrong with that? I think that's a pretty fine take for me to have. And it keeps coming up because you keep saying and doing weird shit, dude. If you want this to stop coming up, stop being a weirdo. Seriously, man. Okay, I'm going to keep the talking to a little bit more of a minimum so that I can just fully ingest this video.
Stupid fucking shit on this channel, especially really early on, like right when I started streaming. And I don't fault anyone for seeing clips from that and being...
Okay, so... I thought this was going to drop the context that makes what he said all right. And he's coming out the gate saying that he said some stupid shit already. He's already saying that what he said was dumb. He's not helping him. Maybe there's more to the video. Obviously, I've only watched the first fucking 3 minutes, but bro's coming out the gate proving my point. And if you guys, basically, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm probably going to watch each individual segment. Like, as you can see, it's spaced out into segments, and I'm gonna pause at the end of each segment and give my thoughts on the overall thing so that I'm not just here pausing every 5 seconds, because if I paused every time a thought came into my mind, we'd be here all day.
Welcome. It's a pretty wide range of people as audiences go, but I'll do my best to explain things and go through all the drama in a way that's clear and straightforward, but also doesn't drag on too long. Now, without further ado, let's get to the content. We'll start with the absolute...
Okay, that's the end of the first segment. Basically, his whole point was who's this addressing, and he said and why he's making this video. I'm going to be summarizing his points, because I need to cut this into a fucking fairly, not a ridiculously long YouTube video. If you want to actually watch me completely break down and get my full thoughts and get fucking Vaush's full explanation, either go watch his full video on his channel, or come watch this stream VOD before it goes down in the next 30 days or so. I mean, I can always upload the VOD too. But basically, he says he's going to address all the out of context stuff, call out the bullshit, and fucking admit to the dumb shit he has said. And I'm a little worried because he never said that he's going to explain why he's jerking off the little girls. Because that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Why was this guy beating off to some little girls? And I've already heard the goblin shit, bro. And I've seen the fucking source images, sadly. And that was not no fucking goblin. That was a fucking child getting dicked down by a horse. But let's continue the video.
I was pointing out an apparent hypocrisy in child welfare norms and our allowance of materials produced through the harm of children in our stores, with an abrasive devil's advocate. Abrasive and bad. So bad. I have spent the past 5 years explaining it. And to be clear,
okay, so that's done with the first clip, the explanation for the first clip. If you guys don't want to go watch the VOD or whatever, his explanation is that it's the clip where he says he has not found a good moral or legal argument to why CP should be illegal. And you know what? The clip is out of context. I'm not going to act like the clip wasn't taken out of context. That 100% was. Basically, his whole argument was if we're fine with outsourcing child labor to make iPhones and clothes and all that shit, CP shouldn't be a problem either because we wear clothes made by slaves. So why shouldn't it be a problem that we watch CP? And that is not a horrible argument. I'm not going to lie. It's not a horrible argument. It's actually a pretty solid argument. But it was a retarded way to try and convey that argument, for one. Two, it's not the fact that he made that argument that's concerning. It's the fact that he brings up CP so often. And, of course, the fact that he had drawings of CP saved to his computer. Whether you like it or not, dude, he had lolly hentai on his computer. And sure, was this clip taken out of context? 100%. Is that an actually pretty decent argument? 100%. But is that the real issue here? No! No! And did I even say in the video, in my original video, I did not even say that he 100% said this. All I said was, if these things that he said are 100% true, one, that's disgusting. And two, I just said, here's a clip that's been going around a lot on Twitter that people are reposting. And I just conveyed that to the people. So for people saying that I'm spreading misinformation, it's fucking purely wrong. Also, I said I provided what is trending on Twitter. I told you, this clip is going around and a lot of people are freaking out about it. Go ahead and drop your fucking thoughts on it. But I think that's fucking gross. And I'm really interested. There is some of the clips in there. If any of the clips out of that, I was like, probably this first one is most likely to be out of context. I am actually really curious to see what his rebuttal to the clip of him saying sex with children could be beneficial on the child too. I'm really curious if he even gets to that. I'm curious if he even just dodges that or something. But yeah, my general thoughts are, yeah, that clip was taken out of context. It was an actually good argument. But the fact that that singular clip was taken out of our context, I'm sure there's a few other clips that were taken out of context, isn't the issue. That is not the issue.
Clear, it really is a bad argument.
But a lot of guys...
Oh yeah, I also forgot to add in. Even he says that was a stupid argument. So why are you defending him when he is saying that he is owning up to the stupidity of his own argument? So what is even the point of defending it when he knows it was dumb too?
Of the argument.
Okay, so for this chapter, he's kind of just further explaining that the clips were taken out of context. You guys already know my take on that. I think that I agree that the clips were heavily taken out of context, but my thoughts are that's not the fucking problem. The problem is that you're watching lolly hentai. And I just want to take this time to give my thoughts, because there is a lot of people in the comment section of my post saying lolly hentai should be legal. That's straight up saying lolly hentai should be legal. And I think, and is okay. And my thoughts on that is you're an idiot. You're an idiot. It should not be illegal. And a lot of their opinions on that is that it doesn't hurt anyone to make lolly hentai. And it's not necessarily that any children are getting hurt in the made of it. It's more perpetuating an issue and possibly making potential children get hurt. It's perpetuating the issue of child predators. It's giving child predators an outlet to beat their schmeat to more kids. It's perpetuating an issue. And it's creating child predators. It is creating child predators, dude. If you think... I think watching lolly hentai is just as bad as watching real CP. I think it's just as bad. It's just about... It perpetuates the issue just as much. Because then those predators... Those are like, okay, well, it's kind of like the fucking whole debate with, pot. Like, how it's a gateway drug. Lolly's a great gateway drug to pedophilia. It's like, oh, I could watch some lolly, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt if I watched some CP. I'm already attracted. It's providing CP for people that are attracted to children. It is for people that are attracted to children. I get you shouldn't be in jail if you do it. Watch it because, it's not against the law. It's not against the law to watch lolly, but I still think you're a disgusting weirdo and you are attracted to children. And the whole debate of, oh, you can watch lolly without being attracted to children is also fucking ridiculous. That is another fucking ridiculous debate. You are. And they're like, oh, they're just attracted to childlike tendencies. No, that's because you're attracted to children, dude. Like, it's a ridiculous argument, man. I'm not even a debate, bro. Like, I'm not even watching this to have a debate. I'm just giving my thoughts, man. I hope this fucking video and this drama does not get me sucked into the debate community. I just want to make commentary videos and fucking gaming videos, dog. But yeah, lolly's not okay. I just want everybody to fucking be aware of my take on that. That lolly is not okay, and this dude watches lolly.
Argument itself being flawed. You know, it wasn't until I brought it up in a debate with Vegan Gains, a far larger YouTuber, that I realized how people outside of my community bubble perceived the argument.
Pedophiles, right, who buy child pornography, would you say they should not be held responsible for doing that?
Yes.
Really? Even though they're directly supporting child rape?
Yeah, I think it's hypocritical. If I because I bought my computer and the silicon in it was farmed in Africa by slaves, if I can do that and that's legal and no one's going to call me out on my shit, then yeah, I have to be consistent in that respect.
Okay, look, I think there's levels to this. So I wouldn't equate buying a computer to buying child pornography. I mean, it's in order to pretty much have a job anymore, you need.
This is a clip. This one is the one that I think is not out of context, and I think he is getting rightful fucking hate for this. So he's saying, you know, he's doing the argument that we've already talked about, how if it should be okay for me to buy, like, say, this iPhone or my computer, it should be okay for pedophiles to buy CP. As he says that, well, he's on his computer that he bought with slave labor. I mean, I guess it is slave labor, but it's just a horrible argument, and it makes you... You know, I'm fine. The only reason I'm fine calling him a predator is because I already know he watches lolly, which is... But... So if you're fine... So he knows that he knows that he thinks that it's okay. If it's okay if I buy my computer, then it's okay if I buy CP. I'm not saying he buys CP, by the way. I'm not saying that this dude actually watches CP. I'm saying he watches lolly, which I still think makes you a predator. So ethically, in his mind, so if he's ethically okay enough to buy a computer, right? Which he has, he clearly is playing on PC. What's stopping him from buying CP? Because he's already bought the computer, which he thinks is just as ethically bad as buying CP. So he's already. So what's stopping him from buying CP then? It's just a horrible debate for one, and two, he looks like a predator, and you can't blame anyone. This is not out of context. He's flat out saying it's ethically okay to buy CP because he bought a computer which was made by slave labor, and that doesn't even address the issue that those are like fucking the Vegan Gains dude saying. There's levels to this shit, man. Like buying CP continues to hurt people even after its production, because it's perpetuating the issue of pedophilia and making it so those guys get stronger urges to go fucking make their own CP or actually meet up with a child. Like, do you not see the issue with that? Like, do you not see the flawedness of that argument? And see, even his chat, even the chat in here, this chat in the fucking stream clip has the full context. And we got comments, oh shit, Vaush, that's a dumb fuck take. Because this is a horrible fucking take, and it does make you look like a predator, bro. I'm not saying that he has CP, by the way. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he... I'm repeating myself at this point.
Need a computer. So do you really think it's reasonable to equate something like buying something that might cause some amount of cruelty, exploitation in the world that you need for your job just to be able to, like, not be homeless, to something that you're buying purely for very shallow personal pleasure that causes horrible, irreparable damage to somebody lifelong?
I mean, we can actually like partition it out. I don't know how much child pornography goes on the market these days. I haven't exactly checked, but I'd be willing to bet that the total amount of suffering that goes into the child slaves that mine out like the silicon in Africa, you know, in terms of me supporting that industry, I mean, that's pretty bad. And I didn't have to buy a computer this big. I could have bought something smaller. I could have bought a little Chromebook. You know, I don't wonder how many more hours slaves had to mine up that silicon to justify me being able to own this. But I'd go with it too. Clothing I wear put together by slave shop work or sweatshop workers. Sorry, glasses, like everything. And if you wanted to step beyond the slavery element, like all of the stuff that I buy, it goes towards corporations. I believe that wage slavery is unethical, the exploitation of workers, and everything you buy contributes to that, unless you're buying from a co-op.
Okay, well, look, there are, like, I think we could both agree that reducing suffering in the world is a good thing, correct? Even if you can't get rid of all of it at once?
It's always a good thing to reduce suffering, yes.
It's insane to me that I needed that kind of external confirmation to understand how bad it looked, how bad the argument was. But
and I completely agree with the vegan gains dude, to be honest. Considering that I never thought in my life I would be agreeing with some dude named Vegan Gains. But I think his argument is much more stronger than Vaush's. Like, if you're able to defend this, I really have no hope for you, bro. If you actually are able to defend this man, Vaush, I have zero hope for you.
I have a very low opinion of the me in a lot of these older clips. It just makes me look fucking stupid, to be honest. As you know, as it turns
and it
out,
also makes you look like a pedo that wants to validate the fact that people are buying CP. Like, it feels like validation. Like he's trying to validate and make. So, bro, I don't fucking. So you're saying that a pedophile that buys CP is on the same level as me who bought a PC? That's just as bad. No, it's not. It's not, because you're perpetuating an issue of pedophilia when you do that. And sure, me buying a PC perpetuates the issue of child labor, but it doesn't actively create more child. I mean, I guess it does. But it's creating more pedophiles. That's the thing. And the last thing we need in America is more pedophiles.
Would be the most crowded if they all open tomorrow.
I think it would be somewhere.
Do you not
from
want to answer
14...
this question?
No, I think it'd be somewhere from 14 to 17. I don't
Which
think we've
one?
changed.
This motherfucker, okay, wants to fuck 14-year-olds. Okay. That is a child.
What a crazy clip. That guy I'm talking to in that clip, Mr. Girl, is, well, if he's not a pedophile, he does an amazing impression of one. I'll say that much. And he spent that entire goddamn debate being a creepy piece of shit to me, asking me weird fucking questions. I think when he first got on call, he wanted to talk about how he thought he could have debated Hitler out of doing the Holocaust. You know, it started funny crazy like that, but over time it just got creepier and creepier, and eventually I just kicked him from the call in disgust. He's one of the reasons that I don't have a debating all comers policy anymore. You know, you got to filter some of these people. So, all right, where's the context, right? Well, here's a clip from that debate of Mr. Girl asking me that question the first time.
Here's a thought experiment. I'm gonna open a string of strip clubs in Las Vegas. And it's gonna be called Mr. Girl's Whatever You Want Emporium. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And in one strip club, the strippers are 25, 24, 23, 22, all the way down to infants. But each strip club, and this is a sovereign state, so there's no laws. In each club, everyone is the same age. Okay, so if you want to watch babies crawl around, or you want to watch 100-year-olds, we'll start at 100. So basically, everybody and everybody all the women on the planet have to work here. My question is, in America now, which club do you think would be the most popular if this were to open tomorrow?
In a sovereign state adjacent to America.
Yeah, and it's you know, there's identities are there's no issues of social ostracization. Nobody knows. Everybody's wearing whatever disguises.
The closest
Not
argument you
strippers.
could make there, I think, is from European literature from ye olden days, and it seems like predation against girls spiked up around like 14 to 16. So if you could,
I'm asking,
if
but
all the
just looking
degenerate
around
sex
you,
tourists,
yeah, looking around you at America now. I want you to base this just on your sense. You know a lot of people. You talk to a lot of people about this. And we all.
you
look
know,
at
I haven't
porn.
talked to a lot of people about this specifically. I'm going
Okay,
to
well,
be
we just
forthcoming.
we run in different circles, but based on your observations of American humans,
Mhm.
which club is the most popular?
I,
Let's say
I
men, straight men are going, and they're women.
culturally, I don't think that we've done anything to appropriately discourage that kind of predatory behavior towards girls. So my guess is that it would be somewhere between 14 to 17.
Okay, so basically he kind of just shows the context for that whole clip. Like I said, I just want to get to the part that I really want to know about. Like the real like clips I really feel like there's no good context
If the
for.
original movie. But all right, enough with the clips that are easy for me to defend. Let's address the clip that I see second most often. It's probably my least favorite one because it is so stupid and so unnecessary, and the bad optics of it aren't even from the argument that I was trying to make. Here, enjoy the terrible clip.
Please, please, right now, uncuck your dumb shit libcuck fucking SJW brains and recognize this empirically correct fact that I am about to spit. It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well. That is possible.
Man, look at
That is the clip. That right there. That's the one that I really wanted to know what his explanation was. I'm really interested. And you know what? If he's able to disprove this and make me fucking change my mind on this, you know, I'll stop giving him shit for the out of context clips. I will stop giving him shit for bringing up CP if he can somehow make me believe that him saying this is okay. That I will really be surprised if he's able to do that. But by the way, I still don't like him. Even if he's able to make me not believe that. Even if he's able to make me change my mind on the whole him bringing up CP too much. Even if he's able to do that, I'm still not going to like him because he still watches lolly hentai. But still, let's...
Before I can explain what was going on here, we have to finish the point that I was making because this is a really nasty clip.
It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well. That is possible. However, categorically, we discourage those relationships because as a rule, it is substantially more likely that enabling them would cause harm in society. That's the difference between act and rule utilitarianism. An act utilitarian would say, oh, this is an instance where it was good for the adult and the minor to have sex. That would make it a good action. But the rule utilitarian, which is what I am, would say, even though that individual outcome was good, the act was still bad because in general, in a broader application, for adults and children to have sex with one another leads to horribly destructive outcomes. For that reason, it is an unethical act.
Yeah, look at that.
The context does not save the clip. I can confirm, guys. The context does not save the clip. At the end of the day, bro, you know what? He's still saying that fucking assaulting children sexually is a horrible thing, which is true. But he's still dropping the bomb that he thinks it's possible for a sexual relationship with a child for it to be beneficial on the child. It's not. Surprise! It's not. There's no fucking situation where you fucking filling up
Whoever cut
and banging a child is beneficial on the child. There's no situation. There's not one where that makes it okay. Not one. And this is back to my point where I think he's just validating in his own mind. I think this is his own way of validating that he wants to touch little kids. And I'm not making any accusations or nothing. I'm not saying he has touched no little kids. I'm not saying he has any CP. I just want to put that out there. But I will say he has lolly. Again, I'm saying it again because I just can, because he does. But yeah, that context, the context is not save the clip. He's still saying that it's possible for a sexual relationship with a child to be beneficial in the child. The context is not save it, because he's still, his point remains that it is possible to. And I know that's not his main point, but he still said it, and he still, I don't know if he still stands by it to this day. We're about to find out, but he still stood by it then, at least.
This clip ended it right before I said, but really nasty work, and I clearly don't need the help making myself look terrible. So
I do think that the clip was like maliciously cut. I'm not going to deny that. I think it was maliciously cut to make him look bad. But I think it still even with the context, it looks horrible, and what he said is still disgusting, even with the context. Okay, so basically his whole point is that he was going for shock value. He was going for shock value, and his way of trying to get shock value to get his point across was bringing up touching kids, and inadvertently said that it's possible for it to be good on a kid, which is a stupid take, and he's admitting that it's a stupid take. And the fact is that people are telling me to apologize to this dude when he himself is admitting that what he said is straight up retarded. So what am I apologizing for? That he's an idiot? Like, my bad. My bad he made some dumbass points. And, like, it just continues to the point of why, for shock value, does he always have to bring in child sexual abuse into it? Why? Why is that always his point? Why? That is the problem. And, of course, the fact that he's watching Lolly. But, yeah, I basically understand the whole point. I'm just going to get to the part where he talks about hentai that he's been watching. But I'm going to watch the rest of his explanation just so nobody can fucking accuse me of half-assing this shit and not watching it. So I'm just going to watch this just so I don't get accused of that bullshit.
You know, oh, the asteroid hitting the planet would be bad. Well, what if it prevents it from hitting a bigger planet with more people? Child-adult sexual relations? Well, what if aliens threaten to blow up the whole planet, etc., etc.? I know. It actually is that.
But that wasn't his point. The thing is, that's not his point. His point in the video, the thing he said in the video was not. It was not that child sexual abuse could have a beneficial, fucking impact in general. His point was it could have a beneficial impact on the child. That was his point. Not what he's talking about here.
So after all that, now we finally arrive at this most recent drama, the incident that lit a fire under Drama YouTube, and is, to my mind, the only thing I've done in the past 4 years that actually looks bad. It's pretty fucking embarrassing, to say the least. So there I was, streaming a few weeks ago, browsing a men's fashion site. I wanted to look at an image more closely, so I right-clicked to open the image in a new window, but then accidentally instead clicked the Save As tab in the right-click drop-down menu. Now, because I am, as has been extensively demonstrated in this video, a fucking idiot, my preferred strategy for keeping my desktop clean is to keep a single big folder called To Be Sorted, where every image, document, music file, whatever I happen to download gets sent. This is an insane thing to have as a live streamer, but, you know, there you go. It's me. So I hit Save As, and a half second later, a preview window of the folder and its contents popped up on stream. And now, of course, that folder had porn in it. So I immediately ended the stream and deleted the VOD. Even if it weren't just embarrassing to make a mistake like that as one of the largest political live streamers on the platform, it's TOS. You got to delete the VOD. So I stream with no delay, and folks are always screen capturing the feed. So I knew the contents of my To Be Sorted folder and the preview window were irrevocably public knowledge. But to be honest, that didn't really bother me too much. It was embarrassing, sure, but mostly because it made me look like a careless idiot, not because I was ashamed of the, like, furry, demon, monster, GF, big dick porn stuff I knew I had in there. You know, I had rambled about liking all that stuff on stream before, not a secret, and I thought, you know, maybe, in a way, this fuck-up would come across kind of charming.
You know, like, that's my streamer, that fucking idiot right there. My community was already making a big joke of it by the time I went live again. Of course, I knew as soon as the folder opened on stream that it would be pretty easy for people to lie about what it contained, to stir up drama or cause me trouble or for any other reason. So when later on in that stream, 1 or 2 people came into chat and they said, hey, there was Lolly in there, you know, I figured they were just causing trouble and I banned them. Of course, we know where this is going. By the next day, I had learned from what felt like the entire goddamn internet that 2 of the images in my folder preview window were actually from a well-known lolicon artist, and therefore definitely intended to be lolly shit, which has to be the worst possible way to find out about that sort of thing. Now, obviously, the accusation here isn't just that I had those images saved. That part's true, not really an accusation, but also that I must have known that they were lolicon and saved them because they were lolicon. Now, the obvious and predictable but nonetheless true response from me is that no, I didn't know that, and that must not have been the impression I got from those 2 drawings, because if I had gotten that impression, then I wouldn't have saved them. You
know? Okay, so his whole point is that he didn't know it was lolly. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Before you say that it wasn't lolly, just go look up the source images. And I know it's going to hurt your eyes when you see it. I know none of you guys don't really want to see a little girl getting fucked by a horse. Look up the original images. And then tell me that it wasn't lolly. I cursed myself with having to look at it. Now you do too. If you're going to fucking say that it wasn't. Because it was. There's no way. And then, like, even in his stream after, he's like, oh, I can kind of see how that's lolly after finding out that the artist is a lolicon. Even if you slightly think, like, oh, maybe this could be lolly, why are you downloading it? You fucking freak. You're into kids. You're into kids.
I mean, drawings are abstractions, and art styles and body proportions vary massively, even for characters that are unambiguously adults. That doesn't mean lolly shit isn't a thing or a problem. I've bitched about it being a problem, like, a lot on stream. It just means that carelessly or inattentively failing to notice it isn't exactly impossible. Yeah, I know
it kind of is.
Through inane hypothetical.
It is really hard to miss it, dude. It is really hard to miss if it's lolly. Like, it is. Like, you can tell when it's supposed to look like a little girl. There are so many pedos out there. Yeah, I know, dude. There fucking is. This guy's one of them. I'm not saying he actually touches kids or has CP. I'm saying that he watches lolly, which is fucking weird.
Or inattentively failing to notice it isn't exactly impossible. Yeah, I know what some people are going to say, you know, no, you must have known. There's no way you didn't know. And like what am I going to do? Make a fucking evidentiary argument here? You know, like, I'm not putting up the images so we can argue about the pixels or the proportions or whatever.
Dude, this is such a dumb argument, bro. Like, anybody can go look up the fucking images and tell that it's lolly. Like, if I went and showed fucking 100 people that image and asked if they thought the girl in the picture was a minor, that I can guarantee you 99 of them would say yes, that's a minor. And you know who would be the one person saying no? This guy.
I know fully well that like 99.9% of people who have heard about this drama haven't seen the images, nor do I think those people should go looking for them.
I have seen the images, sadly, because I had to prove a point, bro. Okay. I had to prove a point. And you can't go on, like, if you're on Twitter, there's no way you're not going to see those fucking images after that shit.
Obviously. So it's pretty much entirely...
If it's obvious that you shouldn't go looking for the fucking pictures, why are they saved on your computer? Who just saves porn to their computer before, like, actually, like, looking at it and beating it to a little bit? Like, who does that? Nobody. Nobody. So you had to have seen the image in pretty good detail, man. Shit.
Take me at my word or don't kind of situation where people are free to lie about the drawings, or, as I've already seen on Twitter, just post other really bad looking shit and say that's what I had in my folder. There's not much I can do about it, right?
Okay, so he basically just says his whole argument here is that it wasn't lolly. I'm pretty sure, bro. This guy's got lolly on search. This is mine, evil poop. But here, I'm pretty sure I can find a censored version of the image. I hope the fucking real. Oh no, I have a censored shit on my fucking Google search. It'll be fine. Vaush lolly source image. Hopefully it blurs out the bad ones. Is this it? No, that's my fucking Fortnite thumbnail. But okay. Look at this and tell me this is not a child. How do you not think this is a child, bro? Like, how do you look at it and be like, oh, that's not Lolly. That's a goblin getting fucked by a horse, not a little girl. Look at it. Like, are you serious, bro? Like, that's my whole point, bro. He was watching Lolly. That's my entire point. But yeah, that's basically my response to it. My final thoughts on the Vaush response. I'd say a solid 75%, at least. Yo, what's up, Cam Fam? At least 75% of the fucking clips of him talking about CP are taken out of context and were decent arguments. The other 25% aren't so defendable. And what's completely undefendable is the fact that he is fucking has Lolly on his computer, and that's an undeniable fact. It was Lolly, bro. And he's a creep. At the bare minimum, maybe he's not a pedo, but at the bare minimum, he is a fucking weirdo. And that's my entire thoughts on the situation, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, share. Leave down below what you thought. And you know what? If you're a Vaush viewer and you disagree with me, go ahead and disagree with me in the comments. It helps me boost the algorithm. That's my entire thoughts on the situation, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, yeah, follow my social media. It's linked down in the description. And if you don't believe that I watched... I'm not going to lie, I did skip through some of the parts that, like, I already believed were out of context. I watched at least 80% of the video. And if you don't believe me, go watch the stream. Link down in the description. You can go check out the VOD. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.